Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Griffin, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Griffin's ability to understand and respond to obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we use while we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, then leaving the left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we give is the tug and let go on the training collar, which is a second piece of equipment that we're using. Griffin has been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we will be sure to show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. Now, as you can see, Griffin is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, which is where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. Griffin and Fred take off doing that now, and the command that you're going to use is Griffin heel, and you're going to start walking, and Griffin should fall in line, heeling appropriately at your left heel position as you walk. He should not lag behind on that leash, nor should he lunge ahead and try to pull on that leash. Again, he should be walking at your pace. Also incorporated into the heeling exercise is an automatic sit. And this happens, there's an example right there. So anytime that you're out walking with Griffin and you stop, he should sit nicely at your left heel position. There's another one right here. Fred's going to stop and he's going to sit. Good job. The next command they're going to demonstrate is the stay command, and the stay command is a hand and voice command. You're going to use the open flat of your left palm an inch or so in front of his muzzle and the one-word command to stay. You're then going to walk out to the end of the training leash. This is a great command to incorporate into your everyday and generalize and practice this one often. It will help build up his ability to stay for longer periods of time. When you're practicing at home, you want to start about 1 minute and work up in intervals till 3 minutes. Fred's going to go ahead and return back by walking all the way around and behind him as an added distraction. He did a great job. Remain seated, and they're going to run through their heel sit and stay again. It is important to remember that when Willow and Griffin come home and you're practicing your commands with them, that you use lots of praise and positive reinforcement when they're completing their commands correctly. So Fred leaves them in another sit stay. Now this time they're going to demonstrate the recall or the come on command. You're going to call Griffin in using his name. He should come in and sit nicely. And then he returns to heel position by heeling around the back of him, returning to his left-hand side, sitting nicely. Shake first. He's going to sit nicely. There we go. And they're going to demonstrate that again. Excuse me. Out to the end of your leash. After you leave him in a sit stay, call him in using his name. Make sure he comes in and sits. Fred gives him some praise. Heels him around the back of him, returns him to his left-hand side. Sits nicely. Good job. You also want to make sure that when Griffin comes home and you're practicing commands, you're practicing both indoors and outdoors, and you will pick an area at first that has no distractions, and then you slowly incorporate your distractions over time. The next command they're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a heel position. Again, you're going to use the open flat of your left palm, but this time straight down towards the ground, and the one-word command to down. Out to the end of the leash. Same with the sit stay. With the long down stay, you want to make sure that you're practicing this command frequently throughout the day to help build up his ability to stay for longer periods of time. With this command, you'll start at about 3 minutes and increase your increments up to 5 minutes. Fred goes ahead and returns all the way back around. Griffin did a fantabulous job. Remaining seated, laying down. They will demonstrate that for you again. And this is actually a good time to remind you that when Griffin first comes home, you want to make sure that you're practicing your commands every day, at least for the first 2 to 4 weeks. And a formal 10 to 15 minute formal obedience session, such as this video here, keeps the commands fresh in our mind. It's a great mental exercise, and they're going to demonstrate the recall command from the down position, where Griffin gets up and comes in. Griffin wanted to nag at on some leaves there. Now this last command they're going to demonstrate is the down from a distance. You leave him in a sit stay, walk out to the end of the leash, and from the end of the leash use your right hand to give the down command. We've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Griffin has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Griffin, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog